Hey everybody, so I have a current grandparent case that I'm working on. I want to kind of tell you about it because it's not something that is common, but it's not uncommon either. So welcome back to Client Stories with Amy. So this person came to us looking for her biological great grandfather. So her grandfather was somebody that didn't know who his dad was. So I'm sitting here going through the DNA matches and I'm going through the tree and I'm noticing we have two very distinct lines of most recent common ancestors. One group of wives is sisters, full sisters, completely full sisters. The other ones are completely different husbands, but we have DNA to both of these families. So we know that this client is relating to both of these sisters because of the most recent common ancestor on that line. But why are we having DNA on both of their husbands? And both sides, both descendants, are like 250, 300 centimorgans. So these are really, really high matches for it to be with both these husbands. So there's a little bit of endogamy going on, and so I'm immediately looking at that. I'm seeing, is there another most recent common ancestor? Is there another connection? What is going on here? So I am building this tree out. I'm looking at the first generation somewhere right around these two sisters and both of these husbands, and I'm not finding another most recent common ancestor. It's literally just these two couples. So because we knew we have that connection to those two sisters, I wanted to next look closely at those husbands. I want to see how close or distant those matches are to each of those men to see if I can identify who is the closer one. So like I said, we had 250 to 300 centimorgans under both of these most recent common ancestors. So both of these sisters have really, really high matches. Right off the bat, I'm thinking my mind's going elsewhere, and I'll tell you what that was and why that was correct. So I'm looking at this side of the tree's husband first. Those matches were a little bit more distant, not as close as this side of the tree's husband. These were a little bit more closer at like 100 centimorgans. This one was more like 30s and 40s. So we know we're a little bit closer related on this side than this side. And both of these wives are full sisters, so remember that. Both of their descendants have 250 to 300 centimorgan matches. So this immediately tells me we have a very close connection to both of these families, like right off the bat. So what happened is the sister on this side, because her husband had the lower matches, the sister on this side had a son with her sister's husband on this side, because those DNA matches to that husband on this side were a lot higher than this one. So she had a son with the husband on this side. So one of her children wasn't her husband's child, it was her brother-in-law's child. That son is going to be the grandfather to our the mystery parent to our line. So our client was looking for her great grandparent because her grandfather was an NPE, and so that gentleman, that child, that son is going to be his birth father. So holy cow. And I'm telling you, this is not something that happens all the time, but it's not rare either. I get probably, I would say, maybe 10 of these cases a year where I can identify that one of these things had happened. I'm actually still working on a case, and I'm waiting for a Banyan DNA tool to come out to kind of help with this case, because the second case, because it's the same situation. It was another sister with her brother-in-law, and it's crazy. But that is it for today. I will see you guys later. One more thing though, I did look to see if this couple over here, if this gentleman, maybe it was one of his brothers, but because the DNA was so high under them, it had to be him and not a brother to him. So I did check that out. That is what is one of the quandaries on the other tree that I'm working, that I'm kind of like waiting for that Banyan tool to come out, whether it's the brother-in-law or the brother-in-law's brother. So I did check that, and it wasn't possible with the DNA matches being so high. But that is it for today. I will see you later. Bye everybody.